Alright, so we're back from vacation, man. We got Jay out here. It rained every day last week, so Jay wasn't able to come out here and fix my air conditioner on my loader. What we're about to do is, I got about 3/4 of a tank of fuel. We're finna take Derek's cutter. Jay's finna take these. He's gonna take these 6 bolts out that holds this fuel tank and counterweight on. The fuel tank's inside this counterweight. And we're gonna slide this thing back with Derek's cutter. So what we're gonna do, this bolt right here, this hole right here, we're gonna slide this thing back till it lines up right here, and then we're gonna put a bolt back in it. So the tank will be setting about right here, and it'll give us enough space. It'll give us enough space to get in there to get to that compressor, the air conditioner compressor. And Derek's gonna catch it up under, we're gonna put a chain on it, and he's gonna slide it right back. I'll show you how it's gonna work. Before we can slide this tank back, the only thing you have to do is you open the belly pan there, reach up in there, you gotta undo the fuel line, and you got to unconnect the fuel sending unit, the wires on it that gives me the fuel level. That's what Jay's doing right now, is undoing that. Once he undoes that, then we'll pull Derek up here and we'll get up underneath the counterweight. He'll just set his head right up under, and then we'll hook a chain to the top of it, and he'll ease back with it and slide it right back, and we'll bolt it, unchain Derek, and he can go back to cutting while we put the compressor on it right quick. See Derek, he's easing the head up right here. Gonna bring him all the way up against it right here, is what we're gonna do. Oh. Come on up a little bit more. I got Jay's up on top up there. Alright. He's wedged in it now. Alright, so we're on it now. We're touching it right there. Jay's finna rig the chains up here on top of it. Hook them up. So we got it set to where it ain't gonna tip or flip. We'll get that done, and he'll come in here and pull these last 2 bolts out, and then we'll back up with it. We got it. We got the bolts out. It's just sitting up there now. See, he's putting a mark right here where that thing is. When that mark right there gets to right there, that's when we know to stop. We won't even have to check it or anything. And we can put a bolt in it. That thing, if I remember right, it's got those spacers up there on top of it, between the tank or between the bottom of it and the top of those I-beams up there, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's on steel there.
That's right. That's right. We've been to move it when we do this right here. That's right. All right, Derek, we ready. Just gonna pick up on it. Just gonna pick up on it, and we're gonna ease back with it, okay? Boy, he moved it all the way in as soon as he bumped it right there. All right, just ease back with it a little bit, Derek. He shoved it all the way up and closed that gap right there. So he's starting to ease back. Oh, hold it, hold it. Just ease up on it just a little bit. There you go. Come on up. All right, ease back just a little bit, Derek. All right, now pick up on it. So y'all see here, we took the weight setting back right here. It's setting back and bolted down. We had some tricky stuff, because this thing's got concrete in it up to about right there, concrete and a steel mixture. And then the fuel tank is a plastic tank that's sitting in there on top of that concrete, and there's a rubber piece in between it. And then this piece of steel here, you see how thick that is. That's a ½ inch thick right there, probably. All the way around, all the way up. And I hold 268 gallons of fuel, and I'm just about full of fuel. So we had a heck of a time setting that thing back with Derek's cutter. But I was going to show y'all, they changed the compressor on this thing, so this is a different compressor. So we had to have a different, this black bracket right here to go on there, which is, put my hard hat back on because I had to stick my head up in there, which is this right here. We had to take this off to put that other bracket on. Okay, this bracket from Deere that we put on there was 700 bucks. This bracket right there was 700 bucks. Ridiculous, John Deere, ridiculous. They're killing us. All the stuff that they do, man. All these parts are just insane now. I don't know when. It ain't never gonna stop, I don't guess. I guess once Deere breaks everybody and takes all their money, they won't have nobody else to sell anything to, I don't reckon. But so Jay's got the dryer on there, about ready to vacuum it and get her charged up, man. It's back running. Jay's charging it back there now. It's pulling the temperature on down. But in setting this counterweight back, we created another problem. I'm not sure what happened. We brought Kevin's machine up here to help Derek set the whole thing back, because Derek was having trouble with it on his machine, just handling it by himself. So we brought Kevin up here, and we done had something happen in our control valve with that machine while we were doing that. We're fixing to dig into that and diagnose that and get it fixed up. But I'll tell more about that maybe in another video or something. But as soon as we get done with this, we're finna slide the fuel tank counterweight back up on it, and then bolt it back down. And Jay's gonna jump on this processor here, and I'm gonna go back to loading truck. So this is one of those deals, man, where it shouldn't have taken but about not even an hour to set that, to do that, get that tank back and all that. And it's just one of those things where just one thing led to another, and just one of those aggravating deals. What's funny though is Zach sent me a Snapchat this morning, and they were doing the same thing on her Hitachi. They took theirs and set it slap off on the ground. And but we'll get them, like I said, we almost done with this. Get on Kevin's, get it fixed, and it will be done for a day. Maybe I'll be back in a minute.
Man. And see these right here, I've had these probably.
Let me show y'all what's going on here.
I couldn't pull them and set out. I'm so proud of them, you know. Back in the box and all that. So what? We're going back down the tree. Went back down there, took it back down there. I opened the box up there when I was at. Looked at it. Yeah. I said, okay, it's all good. Closed it up. Put it together a while ago, and guess what?
Yeah. So Jay done bought a brand new Harbor Freight Special set of gauges right here, and he got his old faithfuls right here. Y'all can't see him because the oil done soaked into his clothes now. But you see all that, look like he got bird shot in the head on his hat. And where he had his head up in there when that Schrader valve blowed out a while ago.
Yep.
Jay not happy right now.
No, Jay's day ain't going real good right now.
So his new set of gauges from Harbor Freight done jacked the Schrader valve up there. So now we're finna have to, you ain't gonna have to re-vacuum it, are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we gotta re-vacuum it. This is like the thing that's never gonna end or something. I'm not sure. Here.
We've been in bad shape all day.
I'm telling you, we just...
Snake bit.
Yeah, you should have worked on something else today and did this tomorrow or something. That's what we should have done.
glad him and Daddy didn't come up here last week.
Yeah, while we were off. Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause that counterweight would be laying on the ground. That's the first thing. We'd have got a picture. We'd have got a picture and the counterweight been laying on the ground. It'd be like, y'all figure this out.
Not like the Wizard of Oz when the house landed on the old Wicked Witch. You know that'd be JB laying under the counterweight. We'd get a phone call. Y'all just go in and come back and make that.
Boy. I'm gonna get over here in the shade where y'all can see what a Schrader valve looks like. That's it right there in my hand. Same thing that goes in your valve stem on your car tires. That's it. It might be a little bit different, but it works the same way. So he stuck another one in it. We're vacuuming it out now. So maybe we'll get this thing back going here in a minute. Oh yeah, we ginning now, boy. This is take 2. Just above 40 degrees, so that's pretty sweet. I think Jay's new set of gauges from Harbor Freight didn't work too well. Boy, it was dick a while ago, man. I would have been too. We still got to deal with this thing being down over here also. Well, it's just today is one of those days. Thing about it, a while ago, what we were talking about was we were off all week last week, and so the plan was Jay was going to come up here and do this job while we were off. Him and Dad were going to come up here, but thank God it rained and messed that up because it wouldn't have worked. We've had to overcome some major stuff today, and it wouldn't have worked. So it's better that it worked out the way it did. It's killed us today, but that's okay. That's okay. Nobody's gotten hurt or anything like that, but it's been tough. Alright, I'm about to slide this counterweight back up on this machine here. We're gonna do it with a bulldozer here. It'll be easier to do. We'll put a track up here and hold it. I'm not gonna be able to film this and do this dozer at the same time, but I'll be back. So I've got the door open right now, and Jay's up under there finna take those bolts out. It can't fall on him. I'm holding it back here on the back. But to get this dozer high enough, I've had to push up a mound of dirt. I'm actually on top of a mound of dirt to tilt the dozer back. So I'm watching Kevin. He's going to tell me what to do. Now the tricky thing is I'm not hold the brake on this dozer. And this thing's going to kind of want to roll back. When I let off the brake to get it in gear at the same time, it's going to be kind of tricky. It's a lot different than like being on a boat ramp or something like that. So I'm going to try to catch it. Here we go. You ready? All right, now, when I'm holding the brake to keep them rolling back, so all this has got to kind of, yeah, all right, here we go. All right, people, show y'all what freaking time it is right here right quick. And then we're gonna discuss the situation at hand here too. Look at that, 7:07 p.m. All y'all want to be loggers, yeah. Want to be loggers. Today has been no fun. So what happened was earlier in the day, we were going to get Kevin over here to help pick up the tank with Derek to set my fuel tank counterweight, all that stuff back. And in the process of doing that, we had this machine malfunction and the boom would not go down on it. We finally got this thing fixed after everything we went through on it. So then we started working on this stupid thing over here. And we thought one of the cylinders, because when it did it, it popped, the boom dropped a little bit. Just all kinds of freaky stuff went on. It wasn't good, people, just put it that way. There was some tense moments going on, bad tense moments. Anyhow, we dug into this crazy thing. We've taken lines off. We did everything but pull a cylinder off a while ago. And it finally ended up, that thing's got a boom lockout on it up there on the pilot system up there. So that because that's an excavator is what that machine is. That's an excavator. So just think about it like this: you're digging dirt, you dig a bucket of dirt, and you're swinging around, and you go to let it down, and as you go to let it down, say the machine died, the spool is down. That thing's got a lock on it to keep from dropping that boom if that spool's in that down position there that kicks in, keeps that from happening. I'm explaining that right, Jay?
Yeah.
Real close. All right, good. I don't want to explain it again.
We don't need to tell all of our secrets either.
So anyhow, the boom wouldn't go down on it, the main boom. So Jay, we finally searched back, Jay did, back there on that lockout spool. O-ring was blowed on it. So the oil was bypassing on that spool, so the spool was not telling it was okay for the boom to go down. It was staying in the locked position, so therefore the boom wouldn't go down. So here we are at 7 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. We've loaded, I loaded four loads this morning. And that's all I've loaded all day today. We got her back going, everything's good. We couldn't even bring the 822 up to run this stuff. This wood's too big, too rough, too limby to run that machine and this stuff. So, but at least we got it. Jay Bird's still here. Jay Bird and old Jeff there, they like old sticky bugger, boy. You just can't get, you can do 80 mile an hour down the road and you cannot sling them off. They will not leave you, man. I mean, you can go home. You know how you get home, you done dug one out, and you get home, and you look at your phone, you're like, oh God, it's still there. That's them. That's them. So we got her going. So that's just part of it, man, in the logging woods. We're gonna go home here. We're topping this thing off with oil right quick, and we're fixing to go home and catch y'all later. Later, taters.